Hello everyone, fellow classmates and Professor Laufer. My name is Shannon Benigian Mulholland, and I will be presenting my topic, Google Drive. I'm really looking forward to presenting this topic to you today because I find Google Drive to be a very good resource. It is a service that I use on a day-to-day basis for many different tasks, including translation. So, what is Google Drive? Most, if not all of us, are quite familiar with Google, especially Google Search. Google has developed a multitude of different services, including Google Translate, Google Maps, and Gmail, to name a few. Google Drive is among the many services that Google has created and is described as an online service that allows users to create and store files on their servers, synchronize files across devices, and share files. In order to use Google Drive, users must create a Google account. Anyone can create a Google account, even if you don't have an email account with Google, which is a Gmail account. With Google Drive, users have up to 15 gigabytes of free storage, ultimately making it a free service unless users would like to pay more for additional storage. There are three main components that make up Google Drive. These are Google Docs, Google Sheets, and Google Slides, which I will describe in more detail. Before I do that, I'll briefly show you how to log into a Google account. Since I already have an account, I won't go into creating a new one, but it is a very simple process in which you just use your existing email account and you create a password and then you just follow any of the other instructions that Google will give you. So right now I'm on google.ca, which most people are very familiar with. This is just the Google search. And in the top right corner, you will see a button that says sign in. So I already have my existing accounts here that they have remembered me. So it is very convenient if you already have an account. It will remember you, and so you just have to insert your password. If you don't already have an account, like I said, you can create one. And here, of course, you can't sign in because you don't have an account yet. You click more options and you click on create an account. And then it'll ask you for all your information to do that. But since I already have an account, I'll just go right in, put in my password. And then it will bring me back to the same page I was at, which is the home page. And in the top right corner is where you're going to see a square that has multiple squares within it. This will be your main navigation tool for the account. Like I said earlier, there are many different things that you can do with this account. However, today I will be focusing mainly on Google Drive. So you click on the icon where you can see a bunch of different applications, and right here is where you will see your Google Drive, and this is what you will click on. So this is my drive. This is where I'm able to create, save, upload files and folders. So on the left side over here is where you can see all the different things that you can do within your drive. So down here where it says upgrade storage is where you can see the amount of gigabytes that you have already used. Like I said, you have up to 15 gigabytes of free usage. However, if you would like to upgrade this, you can just click on here where it will give you the different options in which you would have to pay monthly for extra storage. Here, it'll show you your backups. Here, it'll show you your trash bins. So these are all the items that you've deleted, and you can recover them and put them back onto your drive. These are your starred items. This is where you can access Google Photos. This is another element of Google Drive in which you can store photos and videos. These are your recent documents. and they are in an order of when you have last accessed them. So up here it shows me the documents that I accessed today. This is very useful for if you don't want to go back into the folder to find the document that you were recently working on. You can just access it here. Here is where you will find all the documents that were shared with you, so other users have granted you access to their files, and this is also in order of when it was sent. Also, there's the option of uploading or adding these files that were shared with you to your drive. So to do that, you can just right click on the document and you'll see this option right here that says add to my drive. That way you can have your own copy of the document on your drive. Then next, it'll show you the computers that are synced with your Google Drive. And now we're back to my drive. And then up here at the top left, you will see a button that says New. This is where you'll be able to create new files and folders or upload existing files and folders from your computer. So if you click on that, the first thing you will see is where you can create a new folder on your drive. So that's what I've done here. And this is how I'm able to organize all my files. Next, you will see File Upload. This is where you can upload existing files from your computer. And then here with Folder Upload, you can do the same thing, but for folders. And then down here, you'll see the three main components that I had mentioned earlier, which are Google Docs, Google Sheets, and Google Slides. There's also more options of different file types that you can create, like Google Forms, for example. However, I won't be discussing these ones in my presentation. I'll mainly be focusing on these three right here that I will describe in more detail. First, I'll talk about Google Docs, which is the first component of Google Drive and the most commonly used. It is a web-based document management application for word processing documents. The program allows users to create, edit, and share documents. This program, as well as Google Sheets and Slides, is available as a web application, a mobile app for Android and iOS, and as a desktop application for Google's Chrome OS. Google Docs is compatible with Microsoft Word. On the program, you can see that many of the features and options of Google Docs are very similar to Microsoft Word, and this is very convenient for new users who are already familiar with Microsoft Word. Google Sheets is a spreadsheet program that allows you to create, edit, and share spreadsheets. It is compatible with Microsoft Excel and has very similar features to it. It is also compatible with CSV, which means comma-separated values files. Google Sheets can be downloaded as other file types as well. Spreadsheets can often be seen as being primal for mathematical tasks, which can apply in the work of a translator in the working world. However, spreadsheets also act as useful documents for keeping word or term banks. Google Slides is a presentation program in Google Drive. It allows users to create, edit, and share presentations. It is compatible with Microsoft PowerPoint and can also be converted as a PDF file as well as other file types like JPEG or text files. Its features are very similar to that of PowerPoint, with some options being different, such as themes. You can publish and embed presentations into a website. As I mentioned earlier on in this presentation, Google Drive includes components that are useful for a number of different tasks. However, now I'll be focusing on how these tools aid the work of translators and revisers. To do this, I'll be highlighting certain features of Google Drive, and for some of them, I'll be demonstrating how they are used. So first, we already discussed a little bit about storage, how this service provides 15 gigabytes of free storage, and how if you would like to increase this space, you can always do so by purchasing more. Because everything is stored onto your internet server, one can avoid manually saving files onto a desktop or an external hard drive like a USB. This saves time, and also you don't have to worry about your work not being saved if your computer or external hard drive gets damaged. However, if you are someone who likes to save their work on these devices, Google Drive can still act as a great backup storage. For translators, it is often very important to keep multiple copies of the same file stored onto different drives in case something happens to one of them. If you are low on storage on your computer or any of your other devices, Google Drive can be a great place for extra storage. The need to safeguard our files and remain credible in the eyes of our clients is very important for us translators. This is why we should value the importance of storing our files, and Google Drive can definitely help with this. Another great feature of Google Drive that goes hand in hand with the last feature is that the server saves your files automatically, which you'll be able to see up here. There is no save button that you have to keep remembering to press, so if you exit the file accidentally or if your computer or internet crashes, your files will already be saved with the latest changes. So I made a change, and up here you can see that it was saving, and now it's saved automatically. You don't have to worry about losing your work, which is especially important for many translators and revisers who have strict deadlines and can't afford the time to recover lost content, and who are working for clients who I'm sure don't want their files to be lost. When self-revising or when revising the work of others, the suggesting and comment options are extremely useful. To make a suggestion on a Google document, you go to the top right corner of the document on the screen and click Editing, which will turn into a drop-down menu bar. Click on Suggesting. This feature will allow you to make suggestions, like additions or omissions to the text, without actually changing the original. It allows you to write over the text and cross things out, kind of how you would do so on paper. These suggestions can always be accepted by clicking the check mark, or they can be ignored by clicking the X. The comment option allows you to highlight any part of the text. This can be a word, a sentence, a punctuation mark, a space, etc., and attach a comment to it. This feature is very helpful for revisers because it allows them to ask questions and make any further detailed commentary rather than solely relying on the suggesting feature. Both of these features go very hand in hand. For translators, the comment feature is also very useful for explaining choices and showing sources before sending their work to a reviser. This aids the work of the reviser. Another great thing about these two features is that when you download this file as a Word document, the suggestions and comments are automatically converted in the Word file, which are track changes and comments in Word. This is great for if you have partners who prefer working in a Word file. Google Docs is a word processor with very similar features to Microsoft Word, and the same idea goes for Google Sheets with Microsoft Excel and Google Slides with PowerPoint. This does not only make the usage of these Google Drive tools easier, if you are someone who is already familiar with Microsoft tools, but it also makes conversion between the two file types easy. On Google Drive, you can download your files as different file types. You just go into the top left corner, click File, and then click Download As. For example, you can download your Google Doc as a Word file, a PDF file, and other file types. The only issue here is that sometimes there might be stylistic differences in the downloaded version. For example, for the Google Slides to PowerPoint conversion, there might be a change in font type or in theme. This is something that you could make quick edits to change to make it the way that you would like it to be. And like I mentioned earlier, this idea of being able to download it and convert it into a Microsoft document is extremely useful for if you are working with team members or clients that require these files in a specific format, and Microsoft documents are very often used. With this service, you can also upload other file types that weren't originally created with Google onto your drive. You can do this by going back to My Drive, which is where we were earlier, and clicking on New. and then clicking on File Upload. So with this, you can upload any file type to store onto your drive. And once you do that, if you click on the file, if it is a file type that is compatible with Google, you can actually convert it into a Google document and you can start working on it on your drive. So for example, if you upload a Word document, you can convert it into a Google document and both will save onto your drive. So it'll keep the original Word file and it will just create a new Google document and you can start editing that document inside your drive. And then after you're finished editing, you can leave it as is, or if you would like to download the new version as a Word file, you can do so again by clicking File and then clicking on Download As, and then it'll download back onto your computer or wherever you decided to save it to as a Word file. And last but not least, my favorite feature on Google Drive, the sharing feature. With Google Drive, you can share your documents with anyone by clicking on the Share button. You can choose to send your recipient a link via email to access the document, or you can copy and paste a link to share with them through any outlet you desire, whether that be through text or Messenger, for example. You can send the document to multiple recipients. Your recipients don't need a Google account to access the document. Another great quality about the sharing feature is that you can choose the level of visibility of the recipient or recipients. You can choose this from 3 options: view, comment, or edit. The view option means that recipients with access to the document will only be able to view rather than be able to edit it or make comments to it. The comment option allows recipients to view and make comments on the document without actually changing the text of the document. This is a great option for translation specifically because it allows for easy feedback, whether that be from translators, teachers, clients, revisors, or mentors. The edit option allows recipients to edit the actual text of the document. This is great in translation for doing group work because multiple people can work on the document at the same time and everyone has equal access. You can also see the work that your team members have done without having to open up multiple documents. This option avoids the inconvenience of having to send documents back and forth to make changes or have solely one person formatting the document. There is also an option to view the history of changes made in the text if you need to see who made what change and when. Because of the different purposes and uses of documents in translation, this range of visibility to access documents is very important. There is a lot to know and learn about Google Drive, and unfortunately I wasn't able to cover all of its features, but I did want to choose a select amount of features that I thought were unique to the program and that were important. I chose to focus on the features that I feel are really useful in translation. So just to recap, these features include good storage, the files save automatically, you can make suggestions and comments, you can download and upload files and as other file types, Google Files are compatible with Microsoft, and you can share files with anyone. And that concludes my presentation. I would like to say thank you for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed this topic. Hopefully I was able to help you better understand and work some of the features in Google Drive, or even inspire you to start using the program if you haven't already. I hope you have a great day and take care.